Hi, I'm Kenneth. I'm a third year student here, and I'm your secretary candidate for next year's committee. A bit about myself first. Like I've said, I'm a third year student here. I'll be coming back for a master's next year. For the past 3 years, the society has been taking care of me a lot, and I'd like to take this chance to run for a committee position and give back to the community maybe, and have a chance for me to help other members feel as welcomed as I did when I first came here. The core responsibility of a secretary is very support focused, right? I've played my fair share of Overwatch, I was a Lucio guy, I was a Reinhardt guy, and if I've learned anything being tilted for like 200 hours, it's that every good team always has a good support. I think that with my passion for anime and manga, as well as my skill set, I'm a really good candidate to be put forward as this good support role to support this great team that we might have next year. The core responsibility as a support role means that what I'll be focusing on is streamlining the workflow for the committee so they can focus on their jobs, right? Their own positions, so they can bring you the best experience that you can have. That means picking up, not just like doing minutes or like chasing up deadlines, but also doing stuff that no one really wants to do or no one is sure who to do. So the sort of tasks that fall in between roles. I want to centralize those roles so that I can be the sort of the janitor who keeps the ship very tightly and well run. I've had pre-experience with this. I was the secretary for KCL Fencing Club from 2020 to 2021. So I've got hands-on experience with this kind of duty. And I was also the merch coordinator for the KCL Fencing Club in the same year, coordinating jackets, hoodies, tracksuits, stuff that we sell to our members, and contacting suppliers and designing the merch for them. So if people do want to continue seeing Anime Society jackets or other merch, then I'm really happy and willing to put myself into that role and help out and bring members what they want. Aside from that, I also have a few personal goals I want to push aside from just being, a secretary, but more as a committee member. If you've read my manifesto, you'll know that I've been planning stuff like KCL, LSE karaoke, and trying to increase the inclusivity maybe for international students so they can feel more welcome, because personally, from personal experience as a fresher international student, first year in London, I was, sort of really anxious, really shy, and I'd like to sort of leverage my own experience with that and attempt to foster a place where people can sort of blend in easier and get used to them so they can have an environment to relax in a sort of this, strange, unfamiliar country by indulging in their own hobbies and meeting new people. But, all of that is on the manifesto. You can go read that yourself if you want. I think at the end of the day, I'm not just supporting the committee, but I'm also supporting the society as a whole. That's what I want to do sort of at the end of the day. So if you're interested in anything I've said, or if you just want to see me act like a fool on stage every week during screenings, put in a vote for me. I'll be Kenneth, and I'm your secretary candidate for next year's committee. Thank you. And now I will be taking questions from the floor, from the committee, from our dear, great committee. Our first question comes from Lottie. Thank you, Lottie. Thank you very much for the question. As a position with few set duties, how do you intend to proactively support your committee? As I've said, I plan to fill in for the ambiguous roles, and I'll be asking around, being proactive to see who needs help with what. Stuff like room booking or setting up equipment, or, anyone who wants to reach me because I'm online a lot. Feel free to do that, and that's the role I hope to be sort of filling. I know that other roles can be extremely busy, especially during big collabs and stuff. So I want to be there to be a sort of on standby without much to do. So when they have something they can't handle, I can be there, intercept that duty for them, and just get that out of the way so they can focus on whatever it is they need to do, finish the event, get in contact with other societies, anything they're supposed to do. And that's basically it. Thank you very much for the question. The next question probably comes from Lottie as well. Thank you for the question. Taking the minutes during meetings, both in society and outside, requires quick note-taking and focus. Are you confident you can do this on top of note-taking and such for your studies? First off, I genuinely don't study that much. All my studying occurs within 2 months of my exams. So for the better part of the term, I will be quite free to pursue my hobbies, and in this case, fulfill my duties as a secretary. But also, as a humanities student, as a third year ancient history student, I've had plenty of experience jotting down notes for lecturers who talk quietly, maybe with an accent, maybe really quickly, maybe. But the point is that I do have experience doing that. I've also, have experience taking meetings as the fencing club secretary, and I will be planning to ask members if it's okay to record meetings that, big meetings formally, sort of on Audacity or something, just so I can review them right after the meeting, finalize the notes to send them out to everyone who needs it, just to, for record keeping. Last question, shake things up. Maybe it's from Maria, who knows? Thank you, Maria, for the question. As students in voluntary positions, sometimes scheduling and motivation can become difficult. How do you intend to make sure all committee members attend meeting times? The good thing about being familiar with other running candidates is that if they do get elected, I'll be in the position to sort of already being in contact with them. We can skip the whole ice-breaking phase of we don't even know each other, why are you sort of barging in my privacy, stuff like that. Being able to approach them easier makes my job easier in figuring out their schedules, so I can set up a meeting time that's least intrusive for everyone. So I can maximize the possibility of them joining without me doing anything. But in the event that they do, I can call people, say, hey, where are you? Stuff like that. And if that doesn't work, I can have like mini meetings right after events where people are there physically. If that doesn't work, worst case, I can just send the minutes of the big formal meetings to people who missed it, ask for their input, and then relay that to the president. It'll be a lot of sort of on the spot improvisation and thinking. So while I can say all of that, at the end of the day, it does really matter on how the other candidates work with me and how our dynamic develops. And I hope those questions, the answers I've given for those questions have been satisfactory. Once again, I'm Kenneth, your secretary candidate for next year. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, do put in a vote for me. Thank you very much.